Hi guys, welcome back. This is going to be the summary of the ICT Mentorship 2023 of the Silverbullet strategy, and we're going to go through the timeframes and the best times of the day to use it, how to actually use the Silverbullet strategy, and some examples. So let's get started. This strategy is actually quite new and it got presented by ICT in his Mentorship 2023 context in May 2023, so just like a month ago, on his YouTube channel. As every one of the ICT developed strategy, this strategy as well combines together timeframes and in this case also times of the day and a model to entry and exit our trades. So let's start this and let's talk about the key points of this ICT Silverbullet strategy that we need to keep in mind when we are trading. And those are four. The number one is to understand where the price will be going next. We have to use a combination of few confluences we are going to list later. So our aim is to know where the price will be going, and to know where the price will be going, we are going to use some confluences that are going to tell us if the price is going to be bullish, bearish, and what's going to be its overall direction. Number two, I've seen quite a few people online completely forgetting to talk about this second point, which indeed is very, very important. We will combine every single idea from our strategy and from those confluences and still do all the steps necessary when we are trading, which is forecasting, checking the economic calendar, and so on and so forth. So it's not that when you're using the Silverbullet strategy, you're not forecasting anymore or you're not checking the economic calendar. You still need to do your due diligence. Every time we are using the Silverbullet strategy, we will actually combine every single idea from our strategy, so from our confluences, and still do all the necessary steps, such as we're going to be forecasting, we're going to be checking the economic calendar, and so on and so forth. Number three, we will use specific times of the day in which we would expect, for example, a fair value gap to form, if that is inside your strategy. So basically, we would expect our confluences and our strategy to show us a very specific entry during very specific times. So it's time frame related. And last point, number four, we will enter and exit our trades by always setting up a take profit and a stop loss, depending on our strategy and depending on our risk and the time frame that we are trading. So guys, remember these 4 points. It's about using a combination of confluences that we're going to talk about in a moment. It's about still doing our due diligence, so forecasting. We are going to trade during specific times of the day, and in those times we are going to expect our entry to show up. And last but not least, when we enter and exit our trades, we are always going to put up a take profit and a stop loss. Now, let's get to the juicy part. How do we actually trade with the ICT Silverbullet strategy? Well, we will combine 2 elements as always, and as we said before, the time of the day and the entry and the exit of the trades. So for the time of the day, we're going to be entering and checking the following. From 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., always New York local time. So we have these 3 hours throughout the day in which we are going to check if the price is forming and is setting a good position for our entry. If that's the case, then we're going to enter a trade. So as you can see, it's very time specific. We would not be trading if we are using the Silverbullet, for example, from 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning, but only from 3 to 4, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And remember to convert that in your local time. And that's also one of the reasons why I really love my trading plan dashboard, because right away as you enter it, you can see what time it is in New York, and you can always remember what's the best time of the day to be trading and using the Silverbullet strategy. Now that we need to know what time we're going to be trading, we need to know where the price will be going next. And to know where the prices are going next, we need to check some confluences. I'm going to give you here a list of confluences Just go through them with me, do not get confused, and remember that you can choose your own confluences that better suit you, your own personality and your own character, and to include them inside your trading strategy. So let's start. ICT is telling us to look for one or a combination of the following: previous day highs and low as drawn liquidity, previous session high or low as drawn liquidity, previous week highs and lows as drawn liquidity, a possible return to the current or to an old new week opening gap as a draw for the price, an expansion away from the current or old new week opening gap. We can be using as one or a combination the ICT optimal trade entry model and the confluences of the ICT Mentorship 2022 model. So guys, it's quite a few of these confluences that we can be using all together. One thing that ICT though is not telling us is that the price is always attracted by an imbalance or running towards a liquidity pool. And so the levels, these confluences that ICT talks about, are actually levels to which the price will be attracted to. And so is going to be a level that is going to tell us, hey, the price is coming towards me. Come here and set here your take profit. Remember, those are levels, those are confluences that are somehow telling us what the price wants to do next. Guys, let me recap just quickly. We will be choosing and using one or more of those confluences as a compass for where the price is gonna go at a specific time. A mix of these 7 key points will be our guide on where the price will be going next. And we have to choose our own. We have to see what makes more sense with the time frame with which we are trading and with our own personality and strategy. So remember, we will combine the time frame or the time of the day and the entry or the exit of those specific trades with the confluences. Now, let me tell you also this. Personally, what I've been doing is I tried this strategy and I was using the ICT Mentorship 2022 model plus old highs and old lows on a daily and on the weekly. And so I was using 2 of the confluences that ICT listed plus the ICT Mentorship 2022 model. And I have to tell you that for me so far has worked very well on my forex pair, which is Euro USD. I have to tell you, it forms quite often, maybe not every single day of the week, but quite often, enough for you to be trading and making a profit. But hey guys, try it for yourself, backtest, demo trade, and let me know if it works for you in the comments below. Now, I want to show you some examples, and I would like to start from Michael's example in this video. So he shows us the E-mini S&P 500 futures for the contract of June 2023 on the 5 minutes time frame. And as you can see here we are on the 8th and 9th of June 2023. What we can see observing the price movements is that we have a sell side liquidity level listed in blue, and we also have 2 vertical lines that go from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning, New York local time. So those are going to be the time in which we're going to expect, for example, our fair value gap to form. And indeed, if we look closely in pink, we can see a fair value gap that formed on the 5 minutes time frame between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. New York local time. The price has tapped back into it and right after started going lower and lower and lower. So guys, something that you can learn from this example is that the price will form the fair value gap or any other thing that you are using to enter trades from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. But that doesn't mean that at 4 a.m., for example, you need to close your trade. Your trade can still be open and can still be going on for a while until it reaches the next draw on liquidity, which in our case here was the sell side liquidity, so the blue line, and it got reached around 5 a.m. in the morning, if I'm not wrong from here, a little bit earlier than 5 a.m. in the morning. That's an important detail, guys, keep it in mind. Now I wanted to show you a couple of my own examples, and I want to show you those examples on my back trading and demo testing accounts. Guys, to backtest, usually I use Forex Replay, which I'm really loving and is easy to understand, and it just allows you to go to different time frames in the best possible way. So let's go and let's check this. We are on Tuesday, 19th of April 2022, between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning, which, by the way, if you are in Europe, that's morning time for you. Here we can see on the 5 minutes time frame that around 3:20 in the morning, the price tapped back again into the fair value gap, which we can see as that gray area. The price tapped back into it and then started going higher, and then tapped back into it again, and it's where I actually entered the trade, and then started going higher, and it reached quite quickly the next draw on liquidity. Another example is from Wednesday, 20th of April 22, between 10 and 11 a.m. New York local time. So we're talking morning time here. The price has tapped back into that little fair value gap that we see there. It respected it, and then it skyrocketed and it started going higher, reaching the next drawn liquidity, which were these old highs here in this case. Here we have another example on Thursday, 21st of April 2022 at 3 a.m. in the morning. So right after 3 a.m. the price has tapped back into this fair value gap that formed just earlier, and then it started going higher and higher. And those were all examples in which we were buying. Let's see an example in which, for example, we are selling. So again, on the 5 minutes time frame on the 21st of April 2022, from 10 until 11 a.m. in the morning, we can see this example where right before 10 the price formed this fair value gap, and it was clearly showing a momentum in which the price was going lower and lower. Here the price right around, I think it was 10:15, something like that, tapped back into that fair value gap and then suddenly started going lower and lower. And you can see that by 11 in the morning my take profit was already met. I want to show you a couple of examples now from my demo trading account. I'm using Pepperstone right now and I'm quite happy with them. I have a 50k demo trading account and I use to trade directly in TradingView. So here we are on the 24th of May 2023. And we are between 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning, New York local time. So what we can see is that the price has formed a fair value gap right between 3 and 4, and right around 4 a.m. the price tapped back into that fair value gap and I entered the trade. I entered the trade and I expected the price to go higher. Now on this second screenshot you can see how the price actually went higher and how quickly it actually did. So it was really an energetic move. You can see, guys, now from the third screenshot that actually what happened is that when you readjust the graph a little bit, the price actually went higher, but it didn't touch my take profit, and that's because I don't do it perfect all the time, and sometimes, especially on forex pair that are a little bit less precise, the price actually did not arrive to touch my take profit and it started going lower. And that's because I placed my take profit wrong. We should always be a little bit tight if we are playing forex on our take profits, because the price sometimes can be slightly less precise than it can be on S&P or Nasdaq. Remember, guys, no matter what, always place your stop losses and your take profits as soon as you enter a trade. And remember that risk management is actually what differentiates great traders and mediocre ones. And I hope that my examples were useful for you. Guys, this is the way. Keep going, do not stop. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you're gonna give it a thumbs up. Grateful words, grateful heart, grateful life.